talk, they got it all. Rage quitting, head banging, it's a metal bro. Mental meltdown, giving in flames. Chris and Henry bringing the thunderous rage. Video games and viral content. Better games, ripping new bits of the ultimate. Game to get away. The ultimate. Rave over, I'm feeling the rage. Chris Collins and HenricK on the stage. Talking gaming news, industry that can't escape. We're reviewing video games, no need to debate. They bring the heat, spitting truth non-stop with fiery words. They're ready to drop, making waves in the world of video games. Collins and HenricK, they don't play no games. From console wars to DLC scams, they expose it all, making sure no one jams. The audience fired up, ready to explode. When rage quits on, you know it's a code. You know it's a code. When rage quits on, you know it's a code. Rage quit. Rage quit. I'm losing my mind. Chris and Henry, they're talking gaming all the time. Rage quit. Rage quit. It's a love-hate affair, but I keep coming back. Ain't nothing else to compare. Rage quit. It's a love-hate affair.
What's raging, gamers? Welcome to Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show. How you doing, HenricK the Wreck?
You know me, Chris. I'm doing amazing as always. What about yourself?
Oh man, it is. Other than the standard time, I'm doing great. I just don't like that it's pitch black. But I guess that's better for the eyes, especially when
You
we
know
start
what,
the
Chris?
game at night.
That just means you just have more time to be inside because what's the point of going outside if it's dark?
Yeah,
right?
touching grass, right? What the hell? What are we even doing? But we want to start off the show by letting you guys know, anybody that hasn't liked, share, subscribe to our YouTube channels, this QR code will lead you directly to the Chris Collins Show. So show your boys some love. What are you waiting for?
And you see this QR code right there. That one goes to my YouTube channel where there's tons of content just waiting to be watched. So go check it out. Subscribe, like some comments. That's all you got to do.
That's right, fam. And we always like to start off the show with a bang and show you guys a lot of viral content that is circulating all across the World Wide Web. So let's get it. So there's this new game called Ark Raiders, an extraction shooter where you drop into the wasteland full of killer robots and other players who apparently Didn't get enough trauma from Escape from Tarkov. You run around looting junk like a post-apocalyptic raccoon, trying to escape before someone blasts you and steals your valuable resources. I'm sure, HenricK, what do you prefer, solo or trios?
This is the kind of game where I feel it's maybe sometimes hard to coordinate with people, so solo would be the way to go, probably for me.
Solo's the way to go if you want to try to get the quest line, going in your favor.
Unless the boys are willing to hop on.
That's right. It's third person, so you get to watch yourself get betrayed in high definition. And when you die, everything you looted, gone. So you better hope that you trust HenricK the Wreck, because he better be working with you, because trust in humanity.
I think I'm a loot goblin.
Key.
I think that's you, Chris.
Yeah, I'm a loot goblin. I can't trust nobody because proximity chat adds the real spice. Yelling friendly right before your new buddy shoots you in the back. I mean, it's chaotic, it's hilarious, and brings social anxiety with explosions. So yeah, Arc Raiders, where robots hate you, players hate you, and you somehow love every minute of it. But tell me this, gamers, if you keep playing games that punish trust, are we surviving the apocalypse or training for it? Let's go ahead and take a look at this really funny clip circulating all across the web.
Yeah, we don't see that. I don't want to do that with you. I'm totally cool just pretending that didn't happen. If you are too. This is me coming in, all right? I'm going to be friendly. You be cool. Can you see me? I see you. All right, cool. You can hear me. Nice. I'm assuming you don't have a microphone. Nice. You can use... Are you on a PC? Okay, so on PC, if you press and hold down... What key is it? Let me see here for you. It's G. It gives you a little emote wheel, and you can, if you don't have a microphone... Nice. Yeah, exactly. Just like that. Like, you can ask to team up. You can say sorry. You can say don't shoot if you're friendly.
Don't shoot!
Ah! You fucking bitch! I'll remember that! I'll remember that on the full release, you son of a bitch! I'm coming for you October 30th, you piece of fuck! Oh, he was a streamer! He was a streamer, too! You can say sorry. You can say don't shoot if you're friendly. You fucking bitch! I'll remember that! I'll remember that on the full release, you son of a bitch! You piece of...
I think we just saw a villain origin story.
Did we now? I know, right? Gotham is getting a little bit darker day by day with Arc Raiders. Yeah, this game is definitely going to test your wit. It's going to definitely test your patience. And teamwork makes the dream work, right? Or not. You decide, Raiders. So let's go ahead and dive right on into the comments, because the first one reads, guy with the cop flag in the back was real eager to shoot someone who wasn't a threat. Checks out. Damn. So you're saying the men and women in blue just don't play well in Arc Raiders? That's brutal.
That's what they're saying.
There's always going to be a few bad apples in a lot of things in life, okay?
Yeah.
Not everybody's represented under what Nate is suggesting. And then, I will find you, and I will kill you.
Like I said, villain origin story.
Yeah, Liam
Neeson
is
now going to be hunting you down.
Well, Liam Neeson's so iconic in Taken. Like, that is so good. Super glory. And then last, might be the first time I used pen and paper in a long time. I'm writing names on a list, so I never forget. And then I try to be friendly 5 times. I die 5 times. Recommendation, shoot everything that moves. So there you have it.
It's not a bad choice in a game where you are intended to just be a scavenger, a loot goblin, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, why use the emote wheel? You might as well turn on your mics, fam.
Yeah, shoot first, ask later.
That's right, HenricK. There's a new game going viral called Stone Simulator, where you play as a rock, not the Dwayne Rock Johnson, not a talking rock, just an actual chunk of sediment sitting there doing absolutely nothing. You watch the seasons change, the weather shift, and question every life choice that led you here. Maybe this is a game for HenricK. I don't know. What do you say, HenricK?
I mean, you're not really selling it on me so far. I'll be honest.
What about a Windows screensaver? It's described as meditative, which is basically marketing for we didn't add gameplay. They even added ray tracing and photo mode, because if you're going to be a rock, you better look stunning while eroding. And yes, it's multiplayer, so HenricK the Wreck and I can both suffer together, and up to 4 people can sit together and exist. It's like that group therapy, but with less emotional progress. Wouldn't you say, HenricK?
Yeah, it seems like a meme for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want to be gridlocked in this game. So Stone Simulator, the game that proves you don't need action to feel something, mostly confusion, okay? But it makes you wonder, if games about doing nothing are trending, are we relaxing or just evolving into the NPCs we used to mock? So if you haven't seen the teaser for this game, let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Finally, something for those nights when you don't know what to play.
Yeah, or maybe those nights where you got to be really freaking stoned, if you know what I mean, to be playing one of these kind of style games.
I see what you did there with the pun, Chris.
You know what I mean? Like, what the hell was I looking at in the gameplay? It looked like somebody that was from a Zelda game, and then all of a sudden there's a UFO. There's like Shadows of the Colossus going on. What in the Easter egg or Easter rock? I don't know. See what I did there? But let's dive right onto the comments before I start doing even more sad dad jokes over here. So finally, something my ranked teammates will be good at.
Yeah, you know, in a game like this, you kind of can't screw it up, right?
Yeah, it's fragmented in time, right? It's not going, you're not going to be progressing anytime soon. And then glad it has multiplayer. Nothing better than being rock hard with the homies. Yeah.
Sounds like a great time.
I hope I never have to say that again on Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show. And last, can already tell this game rocks. Yeah.
I'm loving these puns, these dad jokes.
Oh, boy. Yes, Stone Simulator is an actual thing. Look it up after the show. But let's keep it rolling, because Assassin's Creed just dropped an update that has the internet acting like the franchise just hit the self-destruct button. In Shadows, you can now buy the Far Future Duel Pack, which lets Yasuke, an actual 16th century samurai, run around with a plasma rifle and cyber ninja suit. And the keyboard warriors are crying, IG is on fire, and somewhere an assassin is throwing their hidden blade into the ocean. So meanwhile, the same company, Ubisoft, that canceled a game set after the Civil War about a formerly enslaved black man taking on the KKK because, God forbid, that was too political. But laser guns in feudal Japan, totally fine, HenricK. Let's go ahead and ship it, right? Like, this is fantastic. And so now gamers are asking, is this still Assassin's Creed, or did we just watch the franchise buy a one-way ticket to Fortnite Island? What do you say about that, HenricK?
It sounds a little outlandish, but well, let's take a look at that clip, see what they've got cooking.
Yeah, let's get it.
You know, I know that technically the Assassin's Creed series is science fiction, technically, but this just looks really out of place.
Really?
Yeah.
Even for Assassin's Creed game, the Animus, you don't see how that would actually really work out? I don't really see an issue with it. I just think people are haters. Like, again, this is a thing that wasn't a part of the game. It's something that if you are a diehard or maybe a completionist, you buy it and you want to screw around in the world that you love, which is the Assassin's Creed series. But then again, HenricK, I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of things to say. And yes, that is the glory of the World Wide Web. So let's dive right on into the comments. First one reads, yes, historically accurate. Dude, we've talked about this so many times, HenricK. I might as well let you
Yeah,
just say it.
it hasn't really been historically accurate. The games, I mean, in the
Yeah,
series.
because I'm pretty sure
So
there was a showdown with the assassin and the Pope. You
yeah,
know what I mean? It just yeah.
as one example, there's
And
multiple.
William Shakespeare, all those great moments in the series, and then we staying on Ghost of Yote. That's really because you got to find that separation. I guess there is that line in the sand for gamers, Henrik.
Yeah, I guess if you do want something more, I guess, just historically accurate entirely, then Ghost of Yote is a good choice for that because they do really try to make it
I
accurate.
feel
I
like
mean,
this is just a bunch of Gen Zers trolling. It's like, man, you guys have not been with us since the beginning of Assassin's Creed. You just don't know better. And then, see, I was thinking about getting this, but now I'm good. Laughing my ass off. So, like that, sorry, that can tank your game.
I have a sneaking suspicion this person who was thinking about getting it will probably still get it if it goes on sale enough.
Yeah, it's like Red Dead, Redemption. Oh, no, I saw a UFO. That was enough for me to not buy it because I wanted a true Clint Eastwood experience. Shame on you. You guys, come on now. Come on, gamers can be so critical sometimes. But hey, this is Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show, and we always love that you, the gamers, are always joining us live, whether it's Meta, YouTube, and Twitch, and join the chat box. We want to hear from you. So we got a lot of things cooking up. We got these beautiful QR codes for anybody that hasn't liked, shared, subscribed, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a live show of Rage Quit, which we go live every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And you know the drill by now. You scan the QR code, it goes to my YouTube channel, you subscribe, and you let me know how I'm doing.
That's right.
I'm going to be doing some more stuff coming up.
Yeah, we always love reading you guys' comments. You guys always make this show that much better. And so come on, join along for the ride. This isn't just a roller coaster for two. Join along for the ride, baby. So HenricK the Wreck, are you ready to rock and roll, my friend?
Oh yes, grab your pitchforks because we're going against governments and corrupt governments at that.
Yeah, these mega corporations.
Let's just jump right on in, Chris.
Let's
pause
get it.
and repeat.
Hey everyone, this is Pause or Repeat. Here we figure out whether a game is really worth your time and money. Today's game is The Outer Worlds 2. This is Obsidian Entertainment's latest RPG. They're best known for their work on Fallout New Vegas. So let's see how they did with the sequel to The Outer Worlds. Immediately thrown into the action, you assume the role of an Earth Directorate agent. These agents are sent to uncover the source of rifts, pockets of destabilized space-time that have been cropping up in the Arcadia star system. Your choices matter, as do your actions. Keep this in mind as you go about your business. But now the question still stands. Pause or repeat?
Alright, this is a game, Chris, where your choices really matter, even from the very beginning of the game. You get to choose, not only am I going to go in guns blazing, or am I going to go and sneak around, take one guy out at a time. Now, it's more than just that. This is a full-blown RPG. So how did you handle that, Chris?
Yeah, I'm a very indecisive gamer, and I kind of let the skills and flaws play itself. I feel like, with Outer Worlds 2, it's back. I mean, Obsidian is once again playing with the mind of gamers that keeps RPG fans, awake at night. I mean, do you want to talk your way out of this fight, HenricK, or do you want to just, I don't know, maybe accidentally shoot everyone and just blame your companion for why did we just speed run through this whole thing? But how did you, approach this whole, style of game, especially with the, the new rendition to this universe?
I was kind of surprised because typically in a game like this, I tend to be the kind of person who decides from the very beginning, okay, I'm going to sneak around. It's why I chose hacking as one of the the skills to learn from the get-go, because I was thinking, okay, if I know how to hack things, then I can kind of sneak around more, and sneaking was the other thing because I really wanted to be stealthy. But after maybe halfway through the the introduction mission, I was like, you know what? I have probably a lot of guns that I'm going to miss out on if I just sneak around. So let's just go guns blazing for a bit. And actually, it was some way,
Yeah.
I would say it was pretty satisfying to
I think it's a little
pop
bit more
people's
sad.
heads.
Yeah, I was about to say, I kind of felt myself not being so very diplomatic myself. Usually I'm the kind of person in these kind of style of worlds, especially with the creators of Fallout New Vegas. Like, I always feel like, the strong suit is the speech, the delivery of meeting all these wonderful characters that are in this galaxy that they've created. And that's why, you start to wonder, like, what is that perfect starting skill to really focus on, whether it was medical or speech or, like you said, hacking or lock picking. And yeah, I felt like I'm that doesn't surprise me, HenricK. With the hacking around stuff like that, you're the guy that's kind of been joking around recently. I'm not really into these cutscenes, so you weren't really into the whole speech thing. You kind of were like, listen, I need a companion. I need someone to come guns blazing, but just pipe it down. Just be there when I need you.
Yeah, it's kind of why I also just stuck with Niles as my companion for the majority of the game.
Okay.
Because he's the first one you get right after.
Yeah, I went with Valerie
because
because I like the the whole idea with just somebody completely different. But yeah, you were speaking on Niles. Like, what kind of stood out for that companion that just kind of was like, what, I'm sold.
It was an easy choice because you get him right away. You don't have to really put much effort into getting him on your side.
True.
But also, I kind of like his character. He's got this backstory that you get to see in the intro mission where he gets injured, and then 10 years go by, and he ends up getting to be this kind of more seasoned person who has been through some stuff. He's found himself a little more since the beginning of the game when he was just this preppy dude trying to do his best for the organization, and things turned for the worse for him at the end.
Right, and I feel like and I think that's a great point. And like, they really wanted to separate themselves from the first game, where we've left the Halcyon system behind and upgraded to Arcadia, the new planets and new corporations. The same depressing reminder that capitalism found a way to trademark oxygen, I guess you could say. But like, every faction from the Order of the Ascendant to Auntie's Choice was something from I think that you had to pick between what was the less of two evils. I mean, it was
there's
really,
not really
really
a good
difficult.
choice one way or the other.
No, not at all. I mean, you're constantly forced to pick a side. And who did you sell your soul to first? I mean, I think a lot of people might have went with Auntie's Choice in the beginning, but then again, where did you start to lean with your style of gameplay?
Yeah, I went Auntie's Choice as well, even if you think that's maybe the vanilla choice for people.
Because they say they're pro-freedom, right?
Yeah.
And then the protectorate.
They're not.
No, not at all. And then you're going to get like the protectorate, like they're like, they really take that law and order way too seriously. And then like the whole idea of freedom of thought, that was a right. And then like, I like that with choices, they get really, really messy. And then, so you really have a hard time truly finding the right answer, or are we just like picking our favorite disaster? I think that's what Obsidian was trying to set up with the Outer Worlds too.
No, 100%. I mean, it's typical in an RPG for people to lean maybe more towards the good side, unless they want to be really chaotic. But the majority of people probably, at the end of the day, pick closer to the good side. But in this game, you just got to choose one of two evils, like you were saying.
Right, and do you feel, though, like this concept is a bit played out, though? Because, like, as I was playing this game, I kept thinking about Starfield. I kept thinking about, No Man's Sky. I kept thinking about, or Helldivers 2, the same ordeal, capitalism, mega corporations, this and that. And it's like, is this... it seems like it's all starting to get packaged the same. And I feel like that might be the only issue with this kind of style of game, because I feel like the role playing experience is the major high of this game. But after a while, I feel like it it was a bit slow in the beginning. This game, it took a while for me to really get into the story, which is sad to even say because I love Obsidian. But once you get into the Act 2, it really starts to build up a little bit. But do you feel that kind of same way that like everybody's kind of writing the same stories right now when it comes to these open world experiences?
And it
Without trying to say too
stems-
much.
No, yeah, you don't want to spoil too much, but no,
Yeah.
it definitely does feel like it's maybe this was a safe choice for them. You know, knowing, hey, we know that there's a demographic of people that like this kind of storytelling and this genre of storytelling. But it's kind of
But
like
this was the
when
game that they were going to charge $80 for, and then enough
yeah,
pressure put them at $70, and then it was a day one release
and that's
on
the thing
their.
too, because when I compare this to other games from Obsidian, like, you know, we go back to Avowed. This is definitely, I think,
Yeah,
in the better direction than Avowed was. Avowed kind of
yeah,
was
I would agree.
even safer of a fantasy world. But then you go to New Vegas, you know, Fallout New Vegas. That game felt like it took chance on things. It took risk in the storytelling. It took risk in, you know, letting you do certain things. And I didn't necessarily feel that in this game too much.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just Obsidian wants to move away from taking risks, but at the same time, that's kind of what brought people to liking them in the first place.
Yeah, you're saying like choices in the open world, like because
Yeah.
I would say like at least with like your personal character, I do, you know, well actually now that I think about it, like okay, let's set up the premise for some of the gamers that are not too familiar. Like you're gonna get 2 skill points per level. 12
Mhm.
skills to manage and only 15 total perks by level 30. And sometimes as you start to get closer towards the end, especially if you're like trying to be a completionist, you get to level 30 quickly, and then once you feel like that XP is like capped, kind of kills the vibe a little bit in a sense, because then you're like, I just want a race to get this game done with. You know what I mean? Because it's like I've already completed what I needed to do, and I feel like they focus so much on the flaw system, which I think is great. There are really some funny moments where like, you know, if you steal too much, it's gonna automatically start stealing for you. You don't have a choice, you
or
know.
like,
So like,
you have bad knees, so if you crouch, you start to make a ton of noise from your
yeah,
knees
right,
popping, things like
so,
that.
yeah, exactly. Like you're like, wait, why was I upgrading my whole lot picking, and all of a sudden I got this silly ass flaw? That's like really hindering my experience. So. But then again, it leads to, you know, did you take any flaws on purpose, or did the game just call you out for who you are as a person, HenricK?
You know, part of it is because you don't necessarily know what you're gonna get until you look it up or you come across it. I could definitely see people, you know, metagaming their way out of it and being like, I want to go for this flaw. But at the same time, this is the kind of game where you're not supposed to do that. Just roll the
Right.
punches, get what you
And it's
get,
kind of
and that's it.
and it's kind of interesting too. Like they were trying to recommend at first, like to some gamers, like maybe during your first play through, you might not want to add it with the flaws. But I feel like the flaws were the focus to this game, because with the flaws, I feel like that's where the replayability could happen for some gamers. You know what I mean? Where they
Yeah,
might go,
yeah.
maybe if I play this a little bit differently the next time around, maybe I'll have a totally different game experience from the last. And I think that's huge, because I'm sure when I saw that one flaw, because it didn't happen for me, I had to look up some of the ones that I missed, but like foot in the mouth syndrome, I have to say that had to be you. Did you land on that flaw, like where you
No,
just
I
kept
did not
skipping
get
all
that
the
one.
Oh, you did not get that one? That was pretty funny, where like if you start skipping dialogue after a while, like they're like, you're clearly can't be trusted with the choice, so like you start to have like a time limit of like how fast you have to pick your choice. And so I think there's some really cool moments. And yeah, like we were saying with this game, like each one represents a faction, these companions, and you have to really be smart about your choice. But at the end of the day, I would say that Outer Worlds 2 doesn't bring owls to Athens in the RPG genre. But I would say it's witty, it's weird, and it's constantly reminds you that sometimes the biggest monsters in space wear suits. And so it's no different than the theme of the game, right? And
Yeah.
the question stands, right? Choices matter. Is this a pause or a repeat, HenricK?
You know, I'm going to say it's a repeat. And I'm going to say that because, yeah, I do feel like the gameplay is engaging enough where you can go through it a second time and have a good time, maybe speeding through some stuff, maybe ended up getting that foot in the mouth syndrome as a result, but that's all part of the experience.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
It's like it's so in between. Like part of me says pause for the pricing of it. I think it's really cool if you can pick it up on like a subscription service currently right now and then burn through it. And then if it goes on sale, then it's like, yeah, you're definitely going to get that replayability. So I'm going to be fair too. I'm going to call it a repeat because it definitely leans more towards the repeat route. But there is that little moment where it's like, I just, at the moment, to pay for it at the retail rate, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair because it is a premium game, so it's pretty expensive.
Well, yeah, I mean, they try to push it at $80 and then drop the $10 and then like, hey, let's do it as a day one release. But hey, that's where you, the gamers, need to decide. Pull out your controllers. Let us know. Is this a pause to play something new or a repeat for endless fun? But hey, stick around because Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show's got so much left in store. So, HenricK the Wreck, are you ready to rock and roll, my friend?
Oh, yeah. Pull that trigger, Chris, because it's time to talk about more games.
Let's get it. What's good, listeners? Welcome to Patch Notes, where my co-host HenricK the Wreck and I discuss gaming news, industry talk, and so much more. Let's get it. You ever feel like November is when video games collectively decide to ruin your sleep schedule and your bank account at the same time? Thank you, Standard Time. I really despise you. It's like every studio held a secret meeting and said, oh, right, holidays, and then decides to unload their biggest titles like we've got unlimited time and unlimited hard drive space, HenricK, right? That's just how it works, apparently.
I mean, that's the time when they want you to spend money, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's just see what's trying to ruin our productivity this month. And so, first up, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, Zelda fans. We can either rejoice about it or just panic, depending on how much lore you can handle. This one takes us way back to Hyrule's ancient past, where Princess Zelda is learning to control her powers, helping King Rauru and Queen Sonia, and trying to stop Ganondorf from, becoming the galaxy's most committed red flag. I mean, we're talking the origin story before the origin story. I don't know if that makes sense, HenricK. Like a prequel to that prequel that somehow still makes you cry over these glowing triangles.
Hey, it's another Zelda game, so
how can
story is kind of chronological storytelling in that series is a little confusing.
It can be. And so riddle me this, gamers. I mean, if you knew the world was about to be ruined by a demon king, would you stand your ground or just pretend like I accidentally time traveled to the wrong century? Like, I'm so glad I'm a human and not in this game. So let's go ahead and roll the clip.
At the end of the day, I am a Zelda fan. I'm a big fan of that series. But is this going to make me want to go out and buy a Nintendo Switch 2 finally? We'll have to see how the game turns out.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm with you on that one. I don't know if it's enough for me to be like, oh my gosh, I got to throw all my dinero. I got to I got to get it ready for the holidays. Like, this is the game for me. But I do think it's really cool that Nintendo has been kind of pushing more of these, female leads that have been kind of like sitting in the closet. It feels like in an eternity, a lifetime. And so to finally kind of see Princess Zelda kind of take the charge in this game, I think is refreshing, something new, and I think can potentially lead into what maybe the cinematic journey that they're going to bring to the big screen will offer for a lot of us fans. And so, yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I don't want to be stuck in imprisonment. I would think that it would suck. The title seems bitchin'. I can't wait to explore more in this this wonderful universe that that the Nintendo gods or deities, whatever you prefer to say, has created for us young and older gamers. But Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment launches exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 on November 6th. So it's coming around the corner. And next up, Call of Duty Black Ops 7. We jump to the year 2035 where David Section Mason and his squad, Spectre 1, go digging into the possible return of, like a very dead terrorist who apparently didn't get the respawn notice revoked. He's
Raul Menendez.
Right, exactly. The Guild. It's a giant tech corporation is acting like Earth's guardian angel, but is secretly cooking up a fear weapon that turns your worst nightmares into live combat scenarios. And yes, there's multiplayer and zombies because tradition. Duh.
Gotta have it. Yeah.
Gotta have it. I mean, this can't be a Call of Duty Black Ops 7 game without it. So let's be honest. If your own fears got turned into a Call of Duty mission, will you survive or rage quit before the tutorial's over? I'm asking you. Let's go ahead and roll a clip. Yeah, maybe.
All right, we've done this song and dance before where a Call of Duty game gets announced. There's a collective groan in the audience because they see it's another Call of Duty game. And it comes out and it still does really well. You think that'll happen again, Chris?
I feel like I am a part of that group. A little bit of a collective groan. Only because, I feel like with a lot of the hype around this game, they're really trying to push, the story aspect with it, and I feel like it's not quite there. And then especially with a lot of behind-the-scenes moves with, getting this universe onto the big screen, like we were just talking about with even, the Zelda universe, I get a little nervous, because, it's what Call of Duty are we going to be focusing on? This futuristic route where, oh gosh, why I was just had a Titan Falls. Are we going for that kind of world of Call of Duty, or are we trying to keep it a little bit more, grounded in a sense where we want a little bit more of that classic warfare? But you got to give, credit to this amazing series. I mean, they have no bars, right? They're going to be able to explore whatever they want, and it's something that I'm sure Assassin's Creed series wishes they had. No pun intended to the plasma guns.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because considering the landscape of the industry, Call of Duty is kind of like the blueprint of a live service game that a lot of other games try to follow.
I mean, we had Medal of Honor for all those years, and then they got, swept under the undertow. And then now, Call of Duty's taking that charge, and we have Battlefield, and whether people are really still vibing with zombies, I think is going to be a real test for, the studios. Because I don't know. I feel like
it is always a selling point.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't really feel like I hear people talking about that game mode as much anymore. It doesn't feel the same as much as it used to be when the homies were in the same room together. You know what I mean? All clogging up the same screen. I think that's where the experience lies. But Call of Duty Black Ops 7 launches on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series XS on November 14th. And finally, where winds meet. Set in the 10th century China, this game throws you into a world of wuxia. That's what legends. I didn't even know what the hell these guys were, but I think that's what's really cool about video games, right? You get to learn about different historical contexts that are obviously going to be thrown into a bit of a fantasy. Clearly, what you're about to see real soon. But you're going to be gliding across rooftops, slicing through lies and enemies, and trying to figure out who you are while looking dramatically into the horizon. The wind carries secrets, swords, settle arguments, and honestly, it's the kind of game that makes you want to start meditating, then immediately kick someone through a bamboo wall. Don't you say, HenricK? I mean, and it's free to play. That's pretty badass.
Yeah,
I mean, when you look at this,
cake.
Yeah, you start to look at this gameplay and you're like, wait, what the hell? They packaged this as a free-to-play game? So if Destiny offered you the chance to roam the land as a legendary warrior, would you rise to glory or just accidentally meditate through the apocalypse? That's your question. Don't settle on the pause button. We need you, gamers. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
I know we've seen it before where like a gameplay trailer comes out and the combat in the game looks amazing, and then the game comes out and it's not amazing. But I don't know, something about this game just it speaks to me. You know what I mean, Chris?
Does it get you nervous though to know that like it's also going to be launching on the iOS and Android? Because I know some gamers,
A little bit, but phones are also pretty powerful nowadays. So I wouldn't be
That's true.
surprised if it just means that the game is capable of running on that.
Well, the game is also capable to run on a jet engine that is also known as the PS4, which it's also launching on. And no, it won't be launching on Nintendo. Sorry, gamers. They want to keep it exclusive, or apparently not. Maybe they are trying to get to your device. But where winds meet will maybe eventually blow your way. But it is currently going to be launching on PC, PS4, PS5, iOS, and Android on November 14th. So yeah, you're going to be stacked for this month. But if there is a game that we're completely missing that the rest of the gamers need to know, join along in the chat. Let us know what's good. But HenricK the Wreck, let's show us how deep this rabbit hole really goes, or just roast it.
Well, Japan, I was just there not too long ago, and they are now leading the charge against OpenAI with a group called Coda, because nothing says we mean business like a name that literally means ending.
Yeah, right.
Who are they representing? Well, they're representing giants like Bandai Namco, Studio Ghibli, and Square Enix, to name a few, and are demanding that Sora 2, that AI that we've seen a bunch of clips around the internet nowadays of, yeah, they wanted to stop training on anime, manga, and games without permission because it's kind of running a little rampant.
Yeah, a little bit, a lot.
Yeah. And so OpenAI says in response, hey, relax. We'll give creators more control. Maybe even we'll share some of our revenue someday. Someday, they say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does Japan say? Well, they respond with cool story, bro, because you already used our stuff to train the model, and that's the issue.
Right.
It raises the real question. In a world where AI can animate, write scripts, and maybe even review games, where do we draw the line between inspiration and straight up stealing experience from someone's save file?
I think that is a very, very fair argument, HenricK. But let's go ahead and dive right into the comments because a lot of people had a lot to say about Japan publishers demanding OpenAI stop their sorcery. And it's honestly surprising that IP holders are not going after generative AI yet. They are. Disney is suing OpenAI. Thanks, Satan. I know.
Yeah.
You know what? I really am despising Disney right now recently, especially with how they're screwing me over with the whole YouTube TV and how I can't watch my sports, damn it. Y'all better figure that out and stop making it a war between Google
as well,
and Disney.
Chris.
Oh,
Come
it
on,
just
man.
drives me nuts. I mean, what happened with the whole idea about cutting the cable? Is that something that's going to start to plague like the gaming world where we're all like, oh, remember when we all liked physical and then we started doing all these streaming services? And then HenricK, there's new reports now that Sony is apparently making a new button called cross-buy where they might be making their own digital store now too. And so where do we go? Steam, PS Store, Microsoft Store, Epic Store. I can't keep up no more, man. This makes my brain
as long
rot.
as the game is on Steam, I'm going to prefer to buy it on there personally.
Yeah, I know. But what's also wild though is that there was that survey that was kind of dropping that almost like 3/4 of the developer community in the gaming industry feel like it's becoming a monopoly for where games have to hold, where they stay. And I think that's why you're starting to see a lot of things move, where there's going to be more digital stores starting to show up because they want to curve that. They want to curb that cycle. But let's keep it rolling because I understand why the U.S. and China are doing nothing about this because they are racing for AI dominance, even if it isn't clear what that means. But other countries and their creators should be furious. If a normal person, a small business, or a media influencer uses big IP for anything, you can bet they'll be sued or assassinated if you use Nintendo property by their lawyers. But if an AI company, any of them, uses all the books, pictures, and movies to train their models, it's okay. With the follow-up comment that reads, just like the arms race, when countries were building bigger and bigger bombs until they realized they had made too many bombs, they now could kill each other with the press of a button by a lunatic. Yeah,
Yeah, mutually assured destruction.
yeah, I mean, I think it's this is definitely a real thing. I mean, have you seen the Coca-Cola commercial? I mean, they've been pushing that forward like crazy. You also have that reports where Amazon just laid off 30,000 employees, and they also just made a deal in the tens of billions of dollars to develop more AI technology. That's where that employee money was going towards this. These massive AI GPU clusters. I'm assuming, and it's just pretty wild times. And yeah, I mean, but it feels like because they're so in the lead and the charge of things, it feels like it's going to be very, very tough for copyright law to hold up. But then this is why these kind of comments are starting to show up online. Billy Mays here to tell you good luck with that. Copyright law no longer exists because tech bros might make money from breaking it. With the follow-up comment that reads, yeah, feels like the rules don't apply when there's profit involved. Always.
It's always
like
the rules right there. Well, funny I say rules because that is the unspoken rule. If money is
if you're a
involved,
small content creator
nothing
that doesn't
matters.
have money, that can't fight back, these guys have so
you've
much.
experienced that.
Yeah, and it's one of those kind of things too where they also utilize AI companies to kind of siphon through your kind of stuff and then try to make you go into these kind of crazy plea deals. And it's like you see literally the president of the United States last week use, ICE to use Halo memes or even Pokemon memes. And it's like, why is it okay that the federal government's allowed to do this, but God forbid if I ever posted a copyright photo from Getty Images like maybe once, or you see a lot of sports journalists steal photos from other photojournalists like live in game within seconds and never, credit the artist. And I think this is why this whole copyright laws around the world are really getting tested in real time, and I don't know if they can compete. I really don't. I think
They're already so outdated. They really need updating, and maybe this will be the opportunity for the law to catch up.
Yeah,
so will it catch up? I'm not sure about that because we know how long it takes for things to come into play, and this is moving so quickly at the end of the day. So it's always going to be ahead of it.
So true. And, you get comments like this. I stand with artists against generative AI. Can someone think of the porn? Stand with homegrown porn.
All right,
none of that synthetic crap. Well, OpenAI is apparently next month going to allow you to create deepfake porn. And so, yeah, what better way to protect the youth than be able to give the hands of users who can manipulate any kind of it's like when you go on Steam and what a joke it is when they're like, hey, just tell us what kind of year you're born in and we'll show you that very, very naughty X-rated
with no
game.
verification.
It's like, what a joke that is alone. And now we want to give it to the hands of like every user with their phones. Like, I don't know whether I need to carry around some something to clean my hands every time I touch someone's phones nowadays, because like you know what I mean, this is gonna get really, really scary. And then the U.S. government is using Pokemon in their videos. What is Japan going to do? Cut off U.S. access to hentai?
Hey, maybe that'd actually do something.
Yeah,
the Gooners will come out of the woodwork and be like, we demand you bring it back.
Yeah, we demand this. Golly, man. And then if only the Pirate Bay knew years ago that they just had to say, we only use stuff to train AI, and they'd totally be free. Just like the AI companies stealing IP content and selling it as their own AI, which would be entirely useless if it wasn't fed with all the data they illegally took for training. I feel like that's also like the real hard part too, because it's like, how do you even watermark that kind of stuff? It's so different than when people are getting their voices taken and stolen from them and then being repurposed for the next Coca-Cola ad, And so, HenricK, I mean, I think like when AI can create anime, pen stories, and review games, I mean, is it inspiration or just hitting the Control C on someone else's hard work?
Well, I think you can tell it's a problem that's, just getting more and more of a problem. And you can tell that if you are on any social media and you just scroll around, because guarantee you it's only going to take a few minutes before you come across something that was AI generated and is stealing someone's work. And you might not even know because it
Yeah.
might be so good, so convincing in the moment as you're scrolling by, or taking that quick look at it, that you don't even have the opportunity to know whether it's AI or not. You just kind of assume, okay, someone did that. Or maybe you're on the other fence and you assume everything's AI
Yeah,
nowadays.
I
Some people are
always
like
get
that too.
Yeah, and I always wonder like how that would even operate in like the meme culture too. Like, I mean, we're gonna become like a police state online, in a sense where we're gonna let like certain federal governments kind of dictate like what you can and can't post. Like
Hmm.
that's where I get a little fearful about. Yeah, I can see why it would be problematic that like Sora 2 can like instantly pump out a South Park episode within 20 to 25 minutes, but I think that's also showing where a lot of the entertainment industry is moving, and it's like you have to embrace AI one way or another. I know I'm not answering the copyright question, but it also just makes me think about how frustrating it used to be in high school, even college courses, not being able to bring a calculator into a math class. It's like, what do you mean? We all use it for our daily lives. Like it's like it's a very, very difficult question. Very, very
Yeah.
difficult. And yeah, and
And
that's where we
unfortunately, I
throw it.
think that the laws, even when they do update, they're probably not going to be covering everything, every little facet, and then give it 6 months and it'll already be outdated,
Yeah.
if
It's
not already by the time that it actually comes out.
Yeah, and I think is this, something that, the country of Japan can handle on its own, or does it need a worldwide effort to be able to tackle these massive AI companies to, finally give credit back to the artists where it deserves? Do you have a solution for this, gamers? And if so, let us know what's good. But let's keep it moving because Fortnite has done it again. They found a new way to sell us nothing and make it adorable. Between the Simpsons miniseason, which is freaking badass. If you haven't jumped in, what the hell are you waiting for, gamers? And their new Sidekicks feature. Epic Games basically said, what a Pokemon, but with more capitalism. And why are you saying this, Chris? Well, these sidekicks are little pet buddies who follow you around in any mode. They're adorable, they're loyal, and absolutely here to drain your wallet. They look like Pokemon if Pokemon were raised on PAL World and battle passes. But here's the kicker. You can't fully customize them. No. Unlike literally every skin, vehicle, or pickaxe in the game, these sidekicks come with locked appearances. And if you want to change how they look, pay up. Epic Games basically said, why let players be creative for free when we can charge them to repaint a cartoon banana dog named Peels? Like, how crazy does
Gotta
that
get
sound,
that
HenricK?
dinero.
Well, especially since we talked about last week with Destiny Rising, how you can literally submit a 30-second video and turn your dance into the game for what? What was that now? I can't
For
hear you
free.
speak up. For free,
Yeah,
for
for
free,
free.
right, HenricK? And don't forget, these things don't boost your stats. They don't protect you. They don't even bark when someone's aiming at your head. And all they do is they sit there, they look cute, and potentially give away your hiding spot. That's it. It's like buying camouflage and then strapping a disco ball to your back. That's all it is. But of course, kids are going to buy them because Fortnite isn't just a game anymore. It's a fashion show where the only rule is spend money to look slightly different while dying the exact same way. So here's the real question, gamers. Would you risk blowing your cover in a match just so your virtual pet looks fresh? Or are we finally reaching the point where Fortnite is playing us? And the comments were very active around these new furry friends or
As I can
bonesy-looking
imagine
guys,
they
or-
are, yeah.
So let's dive right into the comments. First one reads, I thought only being able to edit sidekicks once was a strange choice, but it looks like Epic deliberately set it up this way to make money off of people who want to re-edit their sidekicks. God, I hate that. I mean,
That's just how
Why?
the cookie crumbles. They
$15.
gotta make money off of it, and that's how they're gonna make money off of it.
Yeah, you know, like especially with like Peely, there's you can make it so it looks like it's a little bit more ripe or rotten. You can make it a little bit green, slight green, like as if you're like a ghoul or something. And then the other one, or just a green banana, dirt, dirt, dirt. And then a yellow banana. But once you make that choice, you're locked in it. I mean, a lot of the times you have a lot of these cool characters that you can buy in the store that will give you at least a little bit of costume choices to choose from, but for your pet, that again doesn't aid in your gunplay or your Lego experience. That's pretty freaking lame. And this is insane levels agreed. We need lots of backlash on this for change. Yeah, they backpedaled the car prices in Chapter 5, Season 1 after people got mad. So I really hope the community will band together and boycott this shit too. You remember how much those car prices cost? I know you don't play Fortnite, but do you remember, HenricK?
I don't remember the exact pricing, but
$40.
I do remember it being yeah, something ridiculous like that.
Like for $40, what could you buy right now? Arc Raiders, a fantastic game. So would you rather? So would you rather have a digital car that you can never take it to the dollar car wash to clean? Or would you rather play Arc Raiders and have a lifetime of fun playing an extraction shooter? I don't know. You tell me, gamers. And let's keep it moving because want to change the color of your banana? That'll be $15 in real life. And the banana dog is in the battle pass, so you won't even be able to change it once you choose the color. And that's where they get you. They know that they're going to have reoccurring players, HenricK, that are going to be buying the battle pass. So they introduce it to you like, hey, look at this cool little feature that we got. And then you're like stuck with the choice like we're playing Outer Worlds 2. Wait, I didn't know I could go back. Wait, I didn't know I had flaws. Why are you testing my flaws? Well, that's a slippery slope. Hopefully one style will be much more appealing. I see what you did there.
Bad jokes.
And look at this, HenricK. This is wild. Check this out, gamers. Fortnite has the audacity to start sending out surveys now. On November 7th, Sidekicks will be coming to the Fortnite shop. Players will be able to purchase and own more than one of the same Sidekick, all in bold, which would allow you to lock in different basic features. Given that you can only customize basic features once, how do you feel about having to purchase an additional copy of the same Sidekick if you want to customize your Sidekick with different basic features?
It is definitely a money grab.
Well, HenricK,
like blatant money grab.
Isn't that crazy that we have to report this on Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show that this is a legit screenshot of an Epic Games Fortnite survey? Like, what an absolute joke. Hey, we know that we're screwing with your wallet. I know that you left the gun in the holster and you keep shooting yourself in the foot, but we just know that you still have 4 toes. You willing to lose another? And then it's like, what are we doing? And then I still find the shoes a bigger scam than this. I know the shoes, bro. It pisses me off. I have certain friends that buy the shoes. I don't want to hear about the shoes. Don't talk about the shoes. You are the biggest loser of all the gaming. You are the problem with what's happening with the Battle Royale scene. And then 100%, never bought shoes, never will. Also, will never buy a Sidekick. I bought a car and I liked, and then some skins I wanted, and get the battle passes. That's all for me. Yeah, it's like where people are clowning like other gamers for, wearing the blue skin, in Battlefield 6. If I see you wearing a shoe and you're on my team, I'm not going to pick you up. No, I can't pick you up.
You spend money on shoes in the game.
Yeah,
you're ruining it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy that's the combat medic, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Nope, not gonna do it. I'm gonna let you suffer. I'm gonna make you think real hard about your choices. Okay? You're letting them print money. No, I don't want to see this. This is generally the type of shit Mr. Krabs would pull. And yeah, I think Fortnite found their. I think they found their new season. Bikini Bottom. Krusty Krab. And so, yeah, HenricK, I mean, the real question for gamers are you adopting a Fortnite Sidekick because it's cute or because you want everyone in the lobby to know your financial decisions are questionable but stylish?
It always baffles me with this sort of situation because it's like, Man, you have such great cosmetics, and then you just nickel and dime everyone who wants these cosmetics. But I get why they do it, because people still give
Do it.
them money for it. They
Right.
still feed into it, and it's like they must be doing the math. Like, they must be doing the math of like, well, if we keep it this way, we're still going to make the money. As opposed to if we made it more accessible, maybe more people would be invested in actually, wanting to spend their money on it, but it's not going to give us as much money, or maybe it'll give them the same amount of money uh, as them doing it this way, where they nickel and dime everyone out of their wallets. But
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's I hate to say it,
crazy
it's
to me.
understandable because it is a free to play game. They have to kind of find some kind of way or
Yeah,
incentive to
that's
try to
true.
pull in, some kind of revenue. I'm not a hater of the idea of the sidekicks. I think it's really really cool. I hate the idea that it's a locked appearance feature. I feel like that is so scummy, so dead ass wrong. They might as well just sold the sidekick with one skin only. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
that's where I feel like it becomes so problematic because all it takes is for one major studio publisher developer, especially someone like Epic Games, who is tomorrow about to release their new Disney Island that's been hyped up for so long, this new Disney metaverse. And we know how greedy Disney has become. And I feel like they have a little bit too much hands in the cookie jar when it comes to Epic recently. It pisses me off, and it should piss a lot of you gamers as well, and we should fight back. And if you do get that survey, send a strong message. Let them know that this is unacceptable. And yeah, sidekicks, who would have thought it would ever be a thing in Fortnite? But HenricK, take it away. What do we got going on in the world of gaming?
Well, Nintendo with their legal crusades against anyone who breaches their copyright. Well, their legal crusade against Pal World has just hit another banana peel, as the US Patent Office basically said, yeah, about that patent you're using to go after Pocket Pair, we're going to recheck that one. And that's huge because they hardly ever do this sort of thing.
Yeah, isn't that
So,
insane?
keep that in mind. They
Been a
ordered a
decade.
rare re-exam of one of Nintendo's patents after finding out Konami, of all people, that
Right.
company, described something similar back in, get this, 2002. And Nintendo also did themselves back in 2019. So it's just been thrown around already multiple times, clearly. And even Japan's patent office has recently said Nintendo's creature catching system wasn't exactly groundbreaking. So, all in all, it's been a rough week to be a lawyer at Mario HQ.
Should have hired Luigi's firm.
Yeah, exactly. So, Nintendo doesn't own monster catching. Are we about to get a new wave of off brand critters? Or actually, is this just a lawsuit waiting to happen?
Yeah.
Because they have their fingers ready to go on that, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure there are going to be a lot of off-brand critters. We've already seen it. Pal World with guns, or
Yep.
Pokemon with guns. But let's dive into the comments and see what gamers around the world have to say about this patent war that's now just, exploded. It's gone nuclear. And whoever signed off on that patent in the first place should be fired. I mean, it
Yeah,
is kind of,
they're looking at their job right now and quaking in their boots, I'm sure, wondering if they're gonna get fired, because it's a big thing for Nintendo, clearly.
yeah, I mean, this is really, really huge. I mean, this is something that, even the United States has not done in over nearly a decade. And the fact that they're looking into, how controversial this patent even got approved in the first place, I think is a major, major win for developers and studios and even indie artists, because why should any kind of style of gameplay mechanic, as we've discussed numerous times on Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show, ever be locked to a certain studio? That is
Yeah, it
ridiculous.
shouldn't.
That's
It
like saying
shouldn't.
Rockstar Games are the only people that are allowed to be able to grant that thought to a car. Right? Like, how
Yeah.
stupid does that sound, right?
And
That-
it's not just been Nintendo, it's been other companies that have done this sort of thing. It's just Nintendo is the one in the spotlight here.
Absolutely. And yeah, you got Warner Brother lawyers, when they realize they just stranglehold on the Nemesis system, could be in jeopardy because Nintendo got too greedy. Everybody has been calling for the Nemesis system to come back in some kind of fashion. Anybody that's not familiar with the whole Nemesis system and what's going on, could you break it down, HenricK, for those gamers that are like, what's the
Yeah.
backstory with this?
Basically, Warner Brothers copyrighted a system in the Lord of the Ring game, Shadow of Mordor, and its sequel, where you would be fighting against enemies. You would beat an enemy, like a named enemy, and he would go away. And then not too long later, down the road, maybe a few hours later, you'd come across him again. He'd be more powerful.
More
And he'd be
powerful.
like, I remember you.
He's
now we
leveled up.
fight. Yeah.
It's such,
And it was an awesome system because it was
it's
like,
so badass,
it
dude.
makes your experience in the game just that much more unique every time you play it. And, that's because not everyone's going to have the same nemesis.
I think people want that in like a Starfield or maybe even a Zelda game or, you know what I mean? There's a lot of great
Put
opportunities
into so many different games other than just the Lord of the Rings games and be an amazing system. But
that's
you
why
can't
it's
put it in
crazy.
there.
That's like, that shouldn't be something that you can patent. And that's why it's so crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's being tested. And stop issuing patents for game mechanics. Yeah, I think it's really that clear. I don't think
Really?
one studio, developer, publisher should be able to have ownership and hold everybody, like we were saying. It's like, oh, wait, you're the only person that can, throw a blue shell or anything out from a car. Like how crazy does that sound? Wait, you're the only person that can do a first person experience. Okay, God forbid you can't do any more third person because we own it now. Because we
it
beat
just
you in
limits creativity in the space. And I say that knowing when people try to take game mechanics as inspiration from other games, that's them, taking inspiration, not necessarily wanting to copy, but being like, we like this game mechanic, but they say it's copying when they try to patent these mechanics.
I know, it's so crazy. And that's why you get comments like this, re-examining another patent on their own initiative. It's very interesting. Would be awesome if this whole lawsuit leads to more video game patents being re-examined, resulting in a snowball effect that changes patents in video games moving forward. All because Power World performed a little too well for Pokemon and Nintendo's liking. I pray Pocket Pair comes out on top. Competition is good, and Pokemon and Nintendo have been too comfortable and complacent for too long. Yeah, maybe with
that
the
would be really
success and Power Word actually starts making a game that a lot of us gamers have been vibing with for quite some time. Maybe, just maybe, HenricK, we might actually get a Pokemon game that's actually worth investing and paying for, unlike these crummy PS2 graphics that they keep pushing on all of us.
Like the last one where
God, it's so bad.
you're just looking at the windows.
It's horrible, dude. And then game mechanics shouldn't be patentable as it is a deterrent to creativity. Companies can't sit on patents for decades without using them and not allowing others to improve upon them. Yeah, it's wild. It's like, I want to patent, HenricK, being able to cap your level by 40. Can I own 40? I'll let you have 39. But you can never have the level cap of 40. And then, I can't believe I'm saying this, but let's effing go. U.S. Patent Office, show Nintendo that they cannot patent game mechanics. And yeah, I think it's also a really, really major win. I mean, if monster collecting is up for grabs, or we about to see like a golden age of, innovation or just slightly, off knockoffs in every Steam sale. Yeah, I would think so.
Well, I think there's already been some games definitely taking inspiration from Pokemon, and I think maybe this will be just an opportunity for more indie developers, probably more than anything else, to be like, you know what, this is my moment. This is my chance.
Think about like all those like simulator style games, and like someone could just like come in and go like, oh, well, we came up with the idea with the whole cash register system, and how are you going to be able to store your inventory? Well, you need to come through us first, and you need to pay us to be able to, take that. Like, what? Like, what are we talking about? Like, and I think like these kind of patents become so very loosely based, and this is why we covered this about 3 months ago about how outlandish it was, and I'm honestly quite surprised at how fast, they're moving on this. Like, I would have thought that this would have been something that they would have let the courts just go through with it. And it's like, no, like, the patent office wants to now get involved for a re-exam, and I think that's a massive, massive win for a lot of gamers and also for the creators that make such iconic games for us, whether it's on the console, PCs, or the mobile devices. So hell yeah, man. This is an awesome, awesome news and development. So clearly, if we get any more updates around this situation, trust me, Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show will be reporting on it.
We'll let you know.
Come on now, fam. But yeah, this is crazy. I mean, do you feel as though one studio should be able to hold on to their game mechanics? Is there something that we're missing in this argument that's not, that could be problematic potentially in the future? Let us know what's good. But man, we want to thank everyone for tuning in to Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show, and we want to remind our listeners and viewers that tune in, whether it is YouTube, Meta, and Twitch, to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. This QR code will lead you directly to my YouTube channel, so what are you waiting for? Show the homeboy some love. Thank you. Appreciate you, fam.
And here's this lovely QR code that Chris has just put up for me. It goes to my YouTube channel, where there's tons of content to just go watch. Leave some comments for me. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what you want to see also. So I got some stuff cooking up.
I've been loving the rage bait recently in the comments, and we get such a kick out of it, whether it is positive and negative. I love all of it. That's what makes us stronger and gets us clutching our controllers even tighter, if you know what I mean. Like, we're feeling the impulse, baby. But hey, enjoy yourself. Have a good rest of the weekend, and we will see you next week live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube, Meta, and Twitch. Peace.
See ya.